I did it! I got to level 70, but I kinda figured I would get tired by then. On the plus side, I got myself a whole lot of yen off screen too, so I'm not gonna be short on cash anytime soon. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Persona 3 FES. Previously, we resumed our adventures through the Adamah block in Tartarus and reached the next Guardian floor, after some more trouble, of course. Today, we're gonna head back into Tartarus and take care of the next Guardian, which is gonna be a doozy, I'll tell you that. And I grinded so hard that Yukari, Aigis, and Jufi all got tired and left, so I'm going in with Mitsuru, Akihiko, and Ken. A party that I'm kinda iffy about. They have some strengths and weaknesses for this specific Guardian, but I've got to make do with what I've got. And this next boss is gonna be pretty difficult. I also was able to get a new spear for Ken when I was grinding as well. That is the Bulge, I think that's how you call it. We did see this back at the police station, but I found it in Tartarus, so I'll have to buy that back at the station. It'll be pretty good for Ken, since he's gonna be one of the more bigger worries I have in mind for this next fight. Also off screen, I was able to beat that stupid idol Ed Magus multiple times, I might add. Kinda figured that would happen when I was recording. And I was also able to acquire 2 platinum medals, which is needed for a request for Elizabeth. So I need 1 more of these platinum medals from the rare shadow in Adamah to complete this request. Again, kinda figured it happened when I was off screen, not recording at all. But with all that taken care of, it's time to take on the next Guardian. Here it comes. Here it comes indeed.
This shadow is a formidable foe. Its arcana is justice.
Well, let me assure you, this thing might have a justice as its arcana, but it's anything but heroic. This is the World Balance, level 72. It resists all physical attacks and has all of the heavy magic spells you can imagine. It also has Spirit Drain, Mikidola, which, believe it or not, is a heavy almighty attack maneuver that can damage all foes, which we've seen multiple times. But the biggest thing I have to worry about is it has something called Mikidoleon, which can deal severe almighty damage to all foes, and we got lucky right off the bat.
Let's do it!
I am tired, yet somehow I was able to get a crit, but I don't want to go on the all-out attack. As much as I want to do that, that's going to be a bad move. I'm going to have to think about this carefully. I want to find a way to raise everyone's strength. I know one of my personas has Terukaja. Is it you? No, you have raised defense. Though that might be helpful too. Let's see. No, you have nothing I want. Terukaja, but also Terukaja. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah. How I don't have anything in my items that can raise our party strength either. I can raise their agility, but that's about all we're getting. Yeah, it's nothing. So the reason why I don't want to go on the AOA on this guy is that it will trigger something that hopefully if we last long enough I will discuss later on the battle. But I think I will raise everyone's agility with an agility sutra. I can raise their speed. So that way we might have more of a chance not only to make more hits, but to evade hits from the world balance, since it carries a lot of heavy maneuvers that can really damage it. Ken, come on. That didn't work against the last Guardian. Why would you think it would work this time around? Jesus. As smart as that boy is, he's never gonna learn that. So, the world balance, it operates in a 3-stage system. to put it in lack of a better term, this first stage is gonna use all heavy magic spells. So Agidide, Bukudide, Garudide, and Zyodide. I'm not sure if it has like the Ma Dide spells as well, but I'm hoping it won't. Yeah, it does, right on cue. So that's gonna be kind of a heavy thing to consider. At least kind of deal Rawhide. And it didn't kill us all outright, so I can still heal ourselves with the Diorama with Divine Grace from Daisojo. And everyone's still able to dish out a decent amount of damage with their Dai spells as well, as far as Mitsuru and Akihiko goes, at least. So I'll heal everyone back up with the Diorama. I surprisingly don't have anyone with Medea Rahan, but this is the next best thing. Besides, I'm getting the same effect I want for the cost of less SP. If I was using Medea Rahan, then I'll be using a lot more spirit points right now. So I'm really glad I had Daisojo with a Medea Rama associated with Divine Grace. So that'll save me in terms of SP usage, but that's a small thing to consider when you're in this battle. So I'll play the role of Pseudo Killer this turn, or at least for the time being, since this world bound is handing out a lot of Dine spells. So Ragi died. Thankfully, Mitsuru, thanks to Blazing Flame, can nullify fire attacks, which is her weakness. So that's one big reason why I have her in this fight. Go for a Mind Charge, so she might be going for a Mind Charge Bufudai later on in the battle. Akihiko going for his Diodide. It looks like we might be reaching half health. And if that's the case, then it might do something that Ken can use. I won't say what it is specifically, but if it does use what I think it's gonna do, then we might be a little safe. No, we're not. We're still in the first phase of the fight. And I got shocked as well. It doesn't help that I'm in a tired state, so I'm gonna get more damage than usual, which is a huge handicap that I could not afford to get in this battle. But the way things are going right now, it seems to be working pretty well. We're a little over half health in terms of the world balance right now. So I'm going to keep healing since that is working out very well for us. I wonder when we'll get to the second stage of the fight. Ah, speaking of which, here it comes. Good, Mabutu did miss, which thankfully did miss Ken. He is weak to dark spells, and that's one of the bigger worries I have in this fight. So since we're in the second stage of the battle, the world balance is going to use nothing but light and dark spells, which is something, believe it or not, I can rest a little easy with since I have Daisojo, which can nullify both light and dark spells. At least my Daisojo can because it has no dark as an ability. So I can rely on going on the attack myself a little more in this battle for the time being. Oh, there's that Mickey Dolia, but thankfully we all survived, just barely though. Ken is gonna heal us up, but I'm gonna be the role of healer from now on. I want everyone else to do nothing else but attack, attack, attack. So well, this might mean that we're in the last part of the fight. Either that or I just got really unlucky if this thing decided to use Mickey Dolion. So from now on, I want everyone else to go full assault. I will handle the support from here on out. Keep some diorama in the meantime. And hope that things will play out for the best. Is he making Dolion again? What's going on? Honestly, that's not supposed to happen. It must be low on health, that's why. I was expecting the second phase to last a lot longer than it did, but it only lasted for literally one turn. So since it's low on health, it would have tried to exploit a weakness before following up with making Dolion, but for some reason, it's using Mickey Dolion constantly now. As long as I have a diorama with Divine Grace, we'll all be able to withstand this assault no matter how many times it decides to dish it out. If going back to Bufu died. Oh no, it exploited the weakness, that's why. But surprisingly did not go for making Doleon. Unfortunately, Akihiko got taken down from that, but Bufu died. But that was another worry I had going into this battle is because of this final phase. But we're doing pretty well otherwise. Alright, Matsu's focusing. I have a feeling this thing's gonna use a making Doleon. And if that's the case, I don't want to revive Akihiko yet. I have a feeling it's gonna use Mickey Doleon or something really big, so I'm gonna heal everyone up with the diorama. And let's see, yep, that's what I thought. Mickey Doleon was gonna happen. Since it did exploit a weakness last turn, I had a feeling it was gonna use this again. Thankfully, Ken and Mitsuru are still going. And there's a mind charge Bufu Die coming along. Come on, come on. Almost. Almost. I'm not going to attack myself since this thing will be moving after me. So one more with diorama. And no matter what this thing does, we are going to win this fight. I know it. That's what I thought, making Doleon. So we pretty much just got this win handed to us. Holy cow, Mitsuru went down? I thought she would actually survive that last attack. Well, unfortunately, both our senpai lost all the experience points, but Ken of all people, the one person I was really worried about in this fight, somehow lasted from the beginning to the end. Damn, Ken, you're a lot stronger than I thought. Only 2 Guardians left by way of this victory, though, and this is a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I honestly thought we were gonna have so much more hassle with this boss. But surprisingly, that went pretty smooth. But I'm not complaining about that. That's one less guardian to deal with, and one dangerous guardian at that. So what makes this boss very interesting, as we reach level 6 in our Judgment Social Link, is that there are 2 other ways to trigger Megi Doleon from the world balance. If you're able to either use a Magic Mirror or Makara card, the world balance would automatically use Megi Doleon every turn from then on. If you're somehow able to attack it with an all-out attack, then the same thing would apply. So realistically, if you're able to know those conditions beforehand, you can use a Medea Rahan or a Medea Rama with Divine Grace to withstand the punishment of Megi Doleon every turn, while the rest of your party members just dish out the damage on the world balance until it dies. And that's kind of what happened to me, but not really. Since it didn't use Megi Doleon that much, like only a handful of times that battle, other than that, things went pretty smooth. I like that. I was expecting that battle to last a lot longer than it did, but I'm really glad that we have finally dealt with that deadly world balance. And once again, since we're done with all the Tartar stuff for the time being, we're on to the Persona fusions. Starting off with Vitala and Huapo, 2 really weak Personas at this point in the game. But this is all for a better cause. We're gonna fuse Genbu as a result of combining these 2, but I'm really gonna be using Genbu in another fusion later on. So this is more or less a means to an end. Well, on the bright side, this turtle with a dragon tail thing, that's a really odd design, but I'm not gonna question it. It is kind of cool though, it does have a dragon associated with it. It's kind of an unusual combination, but I'm pretty sure it could work. But it will get a guaranteed 5 level up since we did complete the Temper Social League a long time ago. So we're still really pretty at this point in the game, I've come to learn, since a lot of the personas we could use now will most likely get that guaranteed 5 level ups if we were able to complete their Arcana Social League. So this will be happening quite often if you've been diligent enough to be filling up your Persona Compendium and working on your social links. Patra. I'll get rid of Patra. I don't really care what the skill system you can carry over do. Like I said, it's just gonna be a means to an end. But you never know, some of the skills that it does carry over might be helpful to a future fusion. So I don't want to neglect these moves too much. Resist Strike. Well, you're strong enough to strike, so I'm not sure that will stack on that ability or not. But we'll get rid of Rebellion just in case. Much like with Genbu, the resulting fusion of this combination will also be used as a means to an end. So by combining King Frost with Sati, we can create Seiryu, also of the Temperance Arcana. And this thing could be a pretty good win-based persona, like somewhere mid-game I imagine. It's already got Garula, and one of the fusion skills it can learn is gonna be Monk Garula. So that's pretty good. This would have been a very useful win persona just based off of those alone. Also got Diorama, My Seiryu has growth 1. And Belova could be useful too, but that's very situational. I don't think I'm gonna carry over Diorama actually. I already got a lot of personas that have healing skills as it is. Also in Viper's Breath. Wonder what that could do. Oh yeah, we've seen this one before. Get rid of Dodge Fire. You got no affinity to fire, so what's the point? And that's about it. Just get a lot of level ups just for the heck of it now. But like with Genbu, this will be used as a means to an end very soon. And by very soon, I mean right freaking now. As the result of a crossbred fusion by combining Genbu, Seiryu, Suzaku, and Byaku, we can create Koryu of the Hierophant Arcana. And this one, Mataruna, Tarukaja, Ripatra, Rakuna, Mediorama. Let's see what else we can get from it. More or less the same skills. This would be, I imagine, a very good healing persona. At least you got some Marikarm. Yeah, sure, let's go with this. Why not? Those are pretty good moves to have as like a healing-based persona. I thought this would be a very huge wind type persona, but I guess not. And this specific Koryu seems to be holding something within itself. I don't really see myself using it that much, since I already got your Lunger that can use some Markarm, and it can use offensive moves as well. But I guess if you really want to commit to the healing role, then you can use this. Invigorate 3. We use that to replace Vidya Rama since we have Vidya Rahan for it. And Makarakarn, okay. That could be pretty good. What's Weary Thrust though? I don't think we've ever seen that before. Heavy strike damage to one foe with a tired bonus. I don't think that'll be useful for us because none of our enemies can ever get tired, nor do we have the ability to make any of our foes get tired. So as good as that is, not much of a use. We can null strike though. I imagine that'd be pretty advantageous. Do I want to carry that over? I think I will. We'll get rid of Akunda as a bit of a risk if I ever want to use this thing in the future. And you can null pierce too. Okay. I see you. I see you, Koryu. You can use a lot of defensive moves to your advantage. I like that. Really, I was fusing Koryu just to fill out my compendium. It does have some good skills, but it's something I wouldn't catch myself using. And neither would this next persona by the looks of it. By combining Queen Mob, Titania, and Raphael, we can create Cybele of the Lover's Arcana. And I believe this is the ultimate Lover's persona that we can assemble together. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's see what this brings out. Looks kind of pretty though with this purple skin, I'll say that. Those blades, on the other hand, I would stay far away from those. What does Cybele learn? Right off the bat, it learns Nikidola, so I like that right away. Got no weaknesses either from the properties list. It's got Bowmaster coming up too. Okay, I think level 73, which is gonna take a while. I don't think I'll see myself actually using Bowmaster. That's pretty situational if I ever want to use a bow, which most likely that will not be happening. I think I'll let Spellmaster as his last skill too. But like with Koryu, something I don't think I would see myself using. At least I've got in my compendium now. Our next persona comes from fusing Valkyrie, Narasima, and Kali to get Siegfried up the Strength Arcanas, carrying over a lot of physical moves. It already is a physical based persona as it is, judged by its base skills. So this does kind of help. So let's see, what can you get? You're up the Strength Arcana, so you get 5 level ups automatically. High counter, that could be useful. Also have Tempest Slash, Cleave that I carry over, as well as Blade of Fury. So this can be pretty helpful, like I said, as a physical base persona. Ooh, 4-fold Blade though. That's tempting. I think that might be better than Blade of Fury, I'm not too sure. Heavy slash damage to all foes. That's means slash damage to all foes. Now I should get rid of Bash because I don't need that anymore. That's an early persona move you can get. It's pretty weak by this point. Looks like I'm on my way to finally fusing Lilith, but I think I'm gonna stop the persona fusing this episode pretty soon. It's taking quite a toll on my wallet, and I do want to use more of my money at the police station later on. So with Skadich, Throne, and Siegfried, which we just fused, we can create Gabriel of the Empress Arcana. And normally this would learn Mabufudine as one of its fusion skills, but thanks to Skadich, it was able to get not fusion skills, it was able to get Mabufudine as a fusion skill. And this will be step 1 to getting to Lilith that needs Mabufudine. So even though we have a complete the Mitsuru Karicho Social Lake, this will still get a few level ups. I think I may have advanced it just enough to get to level 71, which would have been the way to get Mabufudine, but as a result of this fusion, I was able to get that outright. It can learn Repel Dark though. And this particular Gabriel has something inside its heart, so we can get a little item if we're able to grind on it enough to get it strong enough to get that item. That was a really roundabout way of saying that, but you get what I mean. This next fusion is kinda gonna hurt me a little bit because I do have recent history with this fusion result. So with Armitama and Gabriel, who we just fused, we can create Succubus, but this time around, I wanted to carry over Mabufudine because, as you remember, the specific stipulation that Elizabeth has for her request with Lilith is for that particular persona to learn or have Mabufudine. So yes to this. It's kinda hurts because we did use Succubus at one point in time during our journey, and it did provide to be a very suitable fire type persona before I got my hands on Cert. So that's why it kinda hurts me to see I had to use Succubus as kind of a utensil for a bigger cause. But the point is, I do have Cert now, so I'm not really hurting too much, but still. That doesn't mean that I'm completely heartless about this, which is kind of ironic saying that because, well, it's Succubus that I'm talking about. I don't really care about any of these skills since I am just only using this this specific succubus to give a Bufadine. That's all I care about. I think I have to register succubus into my Persona Compendium in order for it to permanently learn Babufudine. Actually, I don't think I'll do that at all, since as long as it remains in my arsenal, I'll be able to use Babufudine no matter what. So I don't think I really have to, uh, I have to register this at all. That kind of puts my mind a little more at ease about this. But I am not fusing Lilith until a little later on. I want to use what's remaining in my wallet to upgrade more of our party members' equipment. I haven't done that for everyone yet, and I want to get on that as long as I have the cash to do so. So that means we are gonna stop for today. We accomplished a lot of big things today, such as taking down the world balance, which means that's one less guardian in Adamah we have to worry about, and filling out the compendium a little bit more. As a matter of fact, we got up to 70% in our overall compendium now, so that's a pretty productive day if you ask me. So with that being said, next time, we're gonna ace the dark hour and return to our normal lives as we resume the third term of the school year. And that means we have more social league business to take care of. At least Nozomi isn't our only option to hang out with anymore. Even though we are done with him now, we still have more social leagues that have to be taken care of before the end of the month arrives. Until we meet again, farewell for now.